Good morning and welcome to Beatrice Weekly Health Tips. I'm a naturopath and I'm a certified GAPS practitioner. So, what is GAPS? What does it mean? GAPS stands for Gut and Psychology Syndrome. This concept was created by Dr. Natasha Campbell McBride, MD, who helped her own son to not be autistic anymore, and then created a clinic where she specializes in helping autistic children. GAPS is a connection between the gut and the brain. We now know that the gut flora is the key to a healthy body, but it's also the key to a healthy brain. And there are many scientific research and proofs that connect the gut and the brain nowadays. So in GAPS, in the concept GAPS, we know that the gut flora has been damaged. It's been damaged by what? Repetitive antibiotics, chemicals, heavy metals, co-infections, infections like Clostridia, Candida, parasites, viruses, etc. These beings, these microbes, exist in our bodies. But in the case of a GAPS patient, these microbes are dominating the gut flora. And because they're dominating, they're creating problems. So in GAPS, we need to, as I say to my patient, put them back in their place. We don't eradicate them, but we put them back where they belong. GAPS is a program that repairs the gut flora and also repairs the gut lining. When the flora has been damaged by years and years of abuse, we'll say, and when we talk about a newborn baby or a small child, it's not years and years of their own damage, but the damage of the previous generation. We now have an epidemic of mothers that give birth to children whose gut flora is already damaged. If the mother's gut flora is disturbed, the baby's gut flora will be disturbed as well. Same for the grandmother and the great-grandmother, etc., etc. Since World War II, after World War II, doctors and medicine have used antibiotics in an excessive manners. They're necessary for specific cases, but when they're used in excess, they're going to lead to a loss of quality gut flora. And this is the epidemic that we're facing today. We have more and more adult and children whose gut flora is very poor. It's not rich enough in friendly bacteria, and it will lead to all kinds of degenerative diseases. So in GAPS, we have a gut flora that is disturbed, and we have a gut lining that is damaged. The flora is to protect the gut lining, but when the flora is damaged, it cannot fulfill its role of protecting the gut lining. So we need to repair. How do we do that? Well, in GAPS, there's a very specific diet. We eliminate all sugars and all grains, all cereal, and all starches, even the good cereals like non-gluten. Why do we do that? Because they're all very complex carbohydrate to digest. And when you have a gut flora that is not performing, then you will have a poor digestive system right from the beginning. So we eliminate all of that, and we emphasize on broths, homemade broths with meat and or bones. We insist and we introduce fermented vegetables. It's very important to have a lot of fat, saturated fat, necessary to repair brain, nerves, etc. And we also emphasize on organ meat. I will detail in later podcast why we insist on these food and what are their functions. So there is a specific diet, there is specific detoxification methods such as Epsom salt baths, such as enema. When we have an adult, we do coffee enema. In children, we can do chamomile enema, probiotic enema, just water and salt enema. Most of our patients are constipated, and some of them are also in chronic diarrhea. And then we use specific supplements, and these supplements are really targeted. I'm not a naturopath that recommends a lot of supplements. I think most of them are not useful. But as a practitioner, I will order specific tests to see what deficiencies we may have, or what, for example, dominating flora we have. And we can help with specific supplements to rebalance, re-equilibrate these issues. So this is what GAPS is in a very, very, very short, very little nutshell. I will develop a podcast that will explain to you all these concepts one step at a time, and you can go back and watch these podcasts or listen to these podcasts as many times as you want. And of course, you feel free to ask me any questions. I wish you a wonderful week. I will talk to you again Saturday next week at 11 and explain more about these GAPS concept and how much you can help yourself and help your family. You have a great, great weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.